This is the future.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigval Green here, and welcome to another video. So first up, we're going to have over here a Black Manta fight plus Vixen plus Brainiac, and a thing that I've said previously in previous videos, and I'm very happy about, is a thing that Vixen actually did. And keep in mind, we'll have here a 4-star Manta, a 4-star Vixen, a 5-star Brainiac, and we'll have a level 6 Beta Club on Black Manta, a level 5 Kryptonite Spear on Brainiac, and a level 7 Kryptonite Ring on Vixen. Everything other than the Beta Club on Manta will be just for the passive stats. But as I was saying, a thing that I'm very happy about the Vixen introduction into the game is that she goes well with Black Manta, and that's not necessarily extremely good for I mean, it is good for Black Manta, don't get me wrong, but he already had Just League Flash. But now that we have the alternative of using Vixen with Black Manta, then that frees up Just League Flash to be used himself as a damage dealer. And that's especially good for new players because they no longer have to be afraid that their investment in Just League Flash will be wasted, because he will eventually end up in the Black Manta team, so that makes it safe. So in this one, we're going to by the way, tune into the stream later today because I'll try to do a damage comparison between Black Manta plus Vixen and Black Manta plus Just League Flash, just so we see a difference. Though it will favor use of Beta Club, so it might not be the same for all of you without the Beta Club. And another thing that I'm very excited about, I'm close to getting my Brainiac to 6 stars. And if you're not aware, his passives upgrade all the way to 6 stars. And they upgrade by a ton, so I can't wait to see the damage spike for Black Manta as we get Brainiac to 6 stars. So those are two things that I'm really looking forward to this team. So yeah, we're stacking Liquid with Brainiac Special 1 and tagging Manta in between to do the damage and stack the Beta Club. Another Special 1 in there. There we go, our 10 stacks, and now we can have free reign with Black Manta to do whatever he wants. I'm not gonna use the super move here for the reason that if I do the super move, will be placed back in the middle of the terrain, and after that's done, he might use a special, he might do something that will make me lose the stacks, or it will make it hard for me to put him in the corner, and that's the place, the best place for him to be. So we will refrain from using the super move here. Also, I'm using the special tree not necessarily for damage of the special tree, but because it applies debuffs for the Vixen passive. As you know, it stacks all the way up to 4 times, and we got 2 debuffs already from the Beta Club, and the special tree provides 3 further debuffs, that being healing, cancelling, dot damage, and the third being a stun. The stun is going to be lower duration, but that's going to be still important for people who don't have Beta Club, because that way Black Manta can get by himself with any ability actually 3 debuffs, because you got stun on special 3, you got burning effect on special 2, and you got a power regeneration reduction on the special 1, though the special 1 will most likely not be used, it will be either special 3 or special 2. But yeah, with all that being said, the total amount of damage we did here is going to be that's quite good for 4-star Black Manta, though again, a lot of it is Beta Club dots. Okay, so over here we have Confluent Sacrament plus Dr. Fate plus Red Hood, and yeah, we're gonna fight the most annoying, I mean, not necessarily the hardest boss to beat, and maybe not the most annoying boss to beat, because, I mean, we got my boy Purple Batman, and we got my boy Collector vs Superman, and those guys kind of take the cake in that regard, but this dude is something that I believe shouldn't have ever been made a boss, because his AI is so weird when you're fighting against him, boy. It's so damn weird. And as you can see over here, his attacks are so clunky. That's the only character in the game that you actually have a chance to combo interrupt each other. So if you don't know, the combo interruption is where you block the first hit and then keep hitting him. And with this dude, if you do it perfectly, sometimes it will be to the extent where he hits you and you hit him at the same time, and it's just an awkward animation as both of you get staggered. That's the only character in the game, as far as I'm aware, that has that interaction with combo interruption. And boy, his basic attacks are annoying in so many regards. Like, he gap close distances so fast, and even if he doesn't gap close distance, he has a very long range on all the attacks, because he pretty much fires arrows. And I guess this is the correct way to, like, introduce boss Green Arrow, I mean Green Arrow characters, I guess could have done in a better way. I mean, I don't really mind the AI of Ace Green Arrow, even though they are not heavily using a ranged attack except for the abilities. And that doesn't bother me, because if you think about it, he's got, again, that thing where we combo and drop the shot. That's just dumb, my dude. But yeah, I mean, he should, in theory, has the limited arrow, so it makes sense that when he uses an arrow, it's gonna be something special, I guess. But yeah, that's just in regards of the lore perspective of the character of Green Arrow. But in terms of gameplay, this type of thing is just frustrating. Trying to combo and drop again. I tried to combo and drop him after 2 hits there, and I failed. And after taking that special one to the face, and with Multiverse Green Arrow, you're going to still get power drained even if you block it. You need to jump over it to avoid that. And I was like, nah, bro, we're not gonna try to combo and drop him again. I think we're not gonna, but it just doesn't pay off. We don't have a success rate big enough for it to really be worth it and pay off. Backing off. Can block that. Red Hood in there. And boy, I mean, he just used a special. We should have had kind of a guarantee tag in there, but it's okay. You do you, my dudes. And we also got a little bit power drained, but it's okay. Conflict Document back in there, managing to come and drop him. And look, if I do it like perfectly accurate, it's not gonna be a problem to come and drop, but it's to the point where it has to be so accurate and so on spot that I'm like, bro, I'm only human. That's like computer-like level of reflexes. Red Hood in there. Okay, and he did something quite annoying, and yeah, King Guide. My bad, let's just say my bad. Then I tag into a special one. Boy, I hate this dude so much. Oh boy. Desperately trying to tag in, like that was not the most optimal tag in, but we had such a limited amount of time left into the fight, and I was like, let's just try to get in there and at the very least inflict the Beta Club dot damage in there. Another special tree in there. Re-engage that combo. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty much it, and I guess it went decently overall. He'll be done in one more fight, so I'm happy about that. Okay, so here's Silver Banshee. I backed off there because, actually I don't remember why I backed off, but let's just say I had a good reason for backing off there, okay? We'll have the Beta Club on Catwoman, and we got our special tree disabled, which is actually doesn't bother me in any way, shape or form. My bad there. The worst case scenario here is to get your special 2 disabled, because that's the thing that constantly stacks the lethal with the dot that you inflict. So if you get that disabled, it will tremendously reduce your damage. And yeah, this will be another situation where I'm just gonna say the new Beta Club is weird. The new Beta Club is very weird. I mean, it's better than previously to an extent, because now you need to, if you do zero brain gameplay, you're going to be able to reach amounts of damage that you would previously reach with a good reset method and good luck at the same time. So it's going to be a more linear experience where you would do every single fight kind of the max amount of damage you would do with the perfect scenario in the previous state of the Beta Club, but it's still nothing close to what it used to be. I mean, not really to that regard, but it's still bad. It's still not fully fixed. And what's I'm not gonna really actively do it in this one, but I'm gonna try and actively do it in previous ones. So how the Beta Club dot damage is working now is that it gets reset on every single swipe right. And you think that's good, and that's good for the most part, because it takes far less for you to reset it. But the values of dot that you get can at the same time be lowered as they can get higher. Let's say if your swipe right crits, lethals, it's gonna be a huge amount. But if your next swipe right doesn't crit and doesn't lethal, it's gonna be reduced to a tiny amount. So the way to use Beta Club now, though again, I'm gonna only actively try to use it towards the end here, and I'm gonna mess up at some points because of trying that and paying attention to the dot numbers, as you'll see. But yeah, the way to do it is to like do swipe rights until you get a decent value, like I got over there 7k on lethal, and like don't reset it until it expires by itself or it's close to it, so that you get the full benefit of that high dot value that you just got. Already I did a 1000 IQ move, so we got Catwoman tagged out of the fight and should have been locked out for a huge amount of time. So when Robin tagging, I was like, oh, let's just let her use a special. Maybe she uses special too. Maybe she tags Robin out as well. Maybe Catwoman gets randomly put back into the fight, and that just happens. There you go, lads. There you go. 1000 IQ move over there. And yeah, look at this. Explain me how we can get values of 100k from the Beta Club dot and at the same time have values of 8 million? I mean, I know it's great and lethal going in there, but my dude, what's up with those huge differences? But yeah, over here I'm just actively trying to do what I said previously. If I get a high value like a 7 mil, don't reset it until it expires, take the full advantage of that lucky thing. And if I did do it throughout the entirety of the fight and I didn't mess up at that point, this would have been a one-shot, but sadly we have failed to do that. Okay, now getting into the Brainiac fight. So previously when fighting this dude in the previous heroic, I have used the Sword of Sin on Raven, and the Sword of Sin is going to constantly power drain the enemy and reduce their defense, and apply some burning effect on them. But the problem was the power draining was actually too good. So this dude, if he gets to super move, your whole team dies. But the lower power he has, the more defense he's going to have. And I think this dude, because I tried with classic Superman, I tried with like the burning effect from the Sword of Sin, this dude has no defense cap or something to that regard. It's simply to the point where this dude does, trust me, it doesn't go all the way up to 75 like for most people it does. It goes up more or less infinitely, where it's to the point where you literally, the damage deal on basic attacks, if he has no power, like 0 power, doesn't register. I would literally not see the red numbers, I would only see some small dot numbers last time I tried this with the Sword of Sin. So the way we're going to do this is to like count on the Raven power steal on her basics after using a special one. And we're going to try and play it safe until later stages of the fight and try to chip him down until that point. And this will be an optimal damage because again, he should ideally have maxed out power for it to deal the best damage, but then you die. So we're just gonna try to like power steal him a bit and then tag in Joker, but we need to tag in Raven like right, not right before it gets to full, but a lot before it gets to full, because if you tag in Raven too late, there's no way for you to power drain him, because you need to do a special one to reset the darkness and get your power steal and then back off and do some basics. So it's gonna be quite a process, so that doesn't allow us to go on full cap on him, and at some point I think I'll do something where I like stay with Joker throughout the rest of the fight and just count on the power generation and the special 2s to carry me in terms of damage until the end. And that was something that I was aware I'll have to do at some point, but I don't think I actually did it as necessarily conscious choice, but more like, oh, I messed up, there's no way for me to like tag in Raven and back down, so I guess we'll order the way in, and now it is. Now it happens. I'm fully aware that from this point if I tag in Raven I'll just die, so we go all in. We either kill him in the time frame where we still have energy for the special 2, or we die. And I killed him like on the last swipe. If that swipe didn't kill him, we would have lost the fight. But I did it, so all planned, I guess. There we go, lads. And yeah, we're gonna also take a look at the rewards here in a moment, and let me know in the comments until we get there. What do you think I got? Do you think I got good rewards? Let me know. I usually don't. A little bit of hint in terms of that, and yeah, like look. I don't think anybody in the world is gonna be happy with Unbreakable Cyborg, so we get that sorted out. But the artifact that I got is quite rare. I don't need it. I have it, but some people who dropped it but might have been happy, so I'll just leave that out there. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. And if you enjoyed it, maybe hit that subscribe button. It only takes one click and you can always change your minds. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
This is the future.